Okay, so what's new then? Previously, it was at the discretion of the auditor to determine how many sites to visit during an audit. So in the new audit instrument, there's a formula to assist the auditor, and this is based on the national audit requirements. For example, if you have a main office in St John's and there are 2 active work sites in CBS or Clarenville, all locations must be visited as part of the audit. As you see from the example in front of you there, 3 to 4 sites, at least 2 sites must be visited as well as the main office or shop. There's a note highlighted there too. For service contractors, site observations are based on how many technicians the company employs. For example, a HVAC company who employs 20 workers in total, including 12 technicians. So in this case, 4 technicians will be interviewed and the auditor would visit each of their work sites. The auditor would still refer to the interview table to determine how many additional interviews to be conducted, and that was based on the old how many interviews must be conducted based on the size of the company. That is unchanged from the older instrument to the new instrument. And if anybody has any questions in this regard, then please contact the NLCSA for clarification. So active and inactive sites then. The auditor is now required to identify all active work sites at the time of the audit, as well as the number of management, supervisors, committee members, worker reps, designates, and workers, and how many interviews were conducted. This number should correspond to the interview chart found in the audit instructions. The auditor is now required to identify all permanent work sites that were active and where at least one person was engaged in work and the site continued for 30 days or more during the last 12 months but are now inactive. Here the auditor would verify the start and finish date of these sites, the number of managers, supervisors on site, the number of workers on site, and whether or not all occupational health and safety processes were completed. i.e., did everybody have training? Were meetings being held? Were hazard assessments, toolbox talks, inspections, that sort of thing, were they completed? So audit site information sheet and site observation checklist. The auditor is required to complete an audit information sheet for one of those active work sites previously identified that were visited on the day of the audit in correspondence with the work site sampling requirement. Okay, so we already discussed that. These are new documents created to assist members with multiple sites conducting the audit and to capture their site observations in one place as opposed to various locations throughout the instrument as before. It will also allow us to review the internal audit and to allow us to have greater confidence in the audit results. So here the auditor will indicate details such as location, number of workers and number of contractors. You would choose section A or B. That would be completed to determine whether or not the appropriate health and safety representation was established. If meetings are being held by the committee, if applicable, as well as a confirmation of training certificates. Section C allows the auditor to confirm whether or not various safety information or emergency preparedness requirements have been posted and or made available within the workplace or work site. So there's 3 blank sheets of the audit site information included within the audit instrument. However, if you do need more, if you've got multiple sites, then this will be available on our website and it's available as a PDF. So you could just print off as many additional copies as you require. Auditor Code of Ethics and Checklist. So the Code of Ethics for the lead auditor is included to impress upon internal auditors the importance of accuracy, professionalism, and the absence of bias. Also provides a checklist to auditors to help ensure that the audit is correctly completed and submitted appropriately. So if you have remote sites that the lead auditor cannot physically visit, another individual may assist the auditor with verification of particulars found throughout the instrument. However, the onus is on the lead auditor to verify requirements have been met. The auditor checklist ensures that all required information found throughout the audit has been completed and that the audit is ready to be submitted to the NLCSA for review. This is also the only location to record the auditor's detail: name, address, email, phone number, date, and finally a signature.